Last episode is a very bountiful journey in the end, and now we must resume our projects here in the overworld. And I know I mentioned during the last time that we are going to finish working here in our ocean monument, but I guess, well, we don't actually need to prioritize this project for now, for as long as we already got this guardian farm. But anyhow, so welcome back. So the hardcore world, and of course, well, it's me, mikeyperion. So, well, like I mentioned, probably we'll just gonna leave this as is for now because, well, for as long as, well, like I said, we got this guardian farm working, well, we're fine for now because what we only need for these are actually just those sea landers and as well as those dark prismarines. And basically, I also have tweaked this, so now it's actually functioning very well. As you can see, there are more guardians spawning now. Well, the reason behind that, well, previously it was not, spawning this much guardians in our tank is because, well, we got glass blocks on the top section right over there, which I actually just replaced it with some of those full blocks, which is basically, well, some of those prismarine bricks. But yeah, so because, well, I just made a research that these guardians actually do spawn more inside the ocean monument, and basically just to simulate that, so we have used those full blocks on the top part, so at least, well, as if the game will think that they're still inside the ocean monument, right? But anyhow, so of course, well, we're done here, and for now, we're just gonna leave this place as is. And we got, well, probably guys have remembered during the first episode, we got our, well, our camera account, and now he's going to serve as our butler. Well, he's going to be our assistant here since, well, like I said, we are going to work back in our, Japanese town, in our main base. So probably, of course, we're gonna leave this place. And as much as we wanted to gather more of these prismarine shards and stuff, so yeah, why did I actually grab that? But anyhow, so yeah, so as much as we wanted to have more of this stuff, so probably it's the best if we're going to leave someone here to AFK, so that is going to be this guy, the Mikey Butler account. So yeah, I hope you don't find that guy's cheating, so let me just put him inside this AFK room right over here, and yeah. So now, I guess he's actually, secured here, right? So, well, next thing that we have to do is, of course, to get back to our main base. And of course, we are also going to bring this stuff. And probably on the first part, well, I just first need to organize our stuff. And especially back in our base, we still got a lot of, stuff that we need to put in our temporary storage. And since we already got these, shulker shells, we can actually, of course, craft some more of those, shulker boxes, right? So yeah, but anyhow, so if you're guys wondering, because I think I haven't shown this in most of our videos, so basically this is our nether tunnel for the meantime. And of course, well, we're not gonna work here yet, and probably in the future, because as much as I don't really want to stay and work here in the nether because it's very dangerous, right? So now we're back here in our base. So, well, so far this is how it looks like. Well, we haven't done anything yet since we have worked in the ocean monument, but still, well, we got quite a lot of stones right over here. I'm not sure what's wrong with my mouse though. I'm not sure why it kept on picking up this stuff from this chest. But anyhow, so, well, like I said, the first thing that we have to do is to, well, organize this stuff, put them into shulker boxes, and probably we also need to, like, have them color coordinated. But for this episode, well, I forgot what we are going to do for this episode. As you can guys probably see that, well, that's actually a squid on our outfit. But yeah, so like I said, what we actually needed are actually dark prismarines. So, of course, one ingredient for us to make more of those dark prismarines is, of course, squid ink. So, for this episode, we are going to work on our squid farm. And, of course, well, I think that's the only thing that we needed to do except for some resource gathering. But I'm not sure yet, though, because, well, I know how to make squid farms, by the way. Okay, so, well, I don't really have the plan yet, but what I'm thinking is that I guess this place right over here, this section right over here where we got this fishing dock is, well, this is where we are going to have our squid ink farm, since the underground base is actually on that side right over there. So probably it's the best if we're going to have it here, so at least we can access it, or we can have a connection going to our main atrium in our underground base. So, well, at least, at least we got like one stop for all of our farms for, in our underground base. So basically that's the main plan for that, section of our base. But for now, well, like I said, I still need to organize our stuff. But anyway, so, well, I'll be back. And now we got most of our stuff organized. As you can see, we got here the stones and some of the cobblestones and some of these other types of stones. And basically we got here the ores and mob drops and everything else. And also, well, we got here the materials that we'll probably going to need when we actually build the squid farm. So basically we are just going to use the same design as what we have in iCraft, which is, well, I actually got that design from, oh, it's nighttime, but anyhow, so, well, I got that design from Sir Gray, which is actually a former member of iCraft. So he basically built that farm in his base, and I tried to copy that in our base, but I'm not sure who actually the original design creator of that squid farm. But basically, yeah, so now we are going to start working here. So, well, I already have removed the fishing dock on this section, and as well as I already have placed that beacon right over there, and as well as this conduit. So basically I moved the conduit from the ocean monument going back here, so at least we can actually use it. So basically this is going to be the area where we are going to build our squid farm. Let me first drop this stuff. So first, let's mark where we are going to place this squid farm. So basically, of course, the squid will only spawn from level 46 to level 63 of the rivers of river biome. So basically, if we actually check, well, of course, this is part of the giant taiga tree biome and the river. So basically, well, we should also align it in our underground base. So I know the wall on this side of the underground base is actually at 102, so it should actually be here. So from here, well, this is 102, so let's mark it from here up to here, probably, because this is still a river biome. So yeah, let's remove those. So the river biome actually extends up to here. Yeah, well, this is already land, but this is still part of the river biome. So basically, this now is already giant tree taiga. So up to here, still well, this is already giant tree spruce biome. So probably we can extend it up to somewhere here. Yeah, I think this space is enough up to this section right over here. And of course, we are going to make this like a square space, right? So this is also taiga tree though. Well, giant tree taiga hills. Oh geez. Yeah. So I guess most of these are already part of the river biome. So we are just probably going to clear up to here. So yeah. So alright, so we now got this perimeter for our squid farm. So the next thing that we have to do is actually first to clear out the waters and dig out to level 46. But basically on the bottom section of that, we are still going to need like 5 block space for the collection system, and as well as where we can actually place those sand where we are going to plant those sugarcane. So what we are going to have here is something like, we are going to have like a checkered pattern between water and as well as some sugar cane. So basically, those water blocks or water sources blocks will going to be the spawnable area for the squids, and we are going to have it alternatingly. So those squids will actually fall on those sugar canes. So we are just going to use the sugar canes in order for us to block the waters, or at least to have some sort of like gaps in between those waters. So at least these squids will actually fall down to our collection system, and eventually they will die and they will drop their squid eggs, which is well, basically what we needed for this farm, right? But anyhow, so well, the next thing that we have to do is first we are going to clear out the waters in the sections. Of course, we are just going to use our sponges, and after that, well, probably we'll just gonna also try to decorate the walls while we're actually digging down, so at least it will not be that hard for us to, at least, decorate this place, right? But anyhow, so well, without further ado, let's do that. So we have done that, and now we got this massive chamber right over here for our squid farm. So basically, of course, on the top section right over here is going to be our spawning area for our squids, because well, basically up to this level, no, actually up to this level right over here is actually level 46. Up to the top section is level 63, which is the spawning levels for the squids. And well, basically these two levels right over here on the bottom section is going to be the dry area where we are going to plant those sugar canes, and as well as, of course, for us to kill those squids, we need a dry area, because well, basically without water they will eventually die, right? And also, well, this section, this level right over here where we have this regular stones, this is going to be the level, of course, for us to place those sand, and as well as those water where we are going to plant those sugar canes, because well, like I said, we need those sugar canes piling up to the top section right over there for us to have those gaps where those squids will eventually fall on this dry section right over here on this you know, this level. Probably let's just call it like the killing chamber, probably something like that, right? And also, of course, the next thing that we have to work on is first, well, the next should I say, is going to be this collection system on the bottom section over here on the flooring. So basically we are going to use, of course, again, some minecart hoppers that will go around in order for that to collect all of those squids that will eventually drop by those squids that will die on this level right over here. And yeah, I don't know, it's kind of hard to explain, but eventually later probably it's the best for me to show you guys and explain as well on how this will gonna work, so at least you can, you know, I mean, totally understand what we're trying to achieve here, right? But anyhow, so well, so the next thing that we have to work on is the collection system, and probably a storage, some storage chests, probably on this section right over here, because like I said, in the future we are going to have like a centralized storage system, but for now we are just going to have like a temporary chest on this section. So at least in the future we're gonna be, I mean, it will be easy for us to connect this farm to our centralized storage system. And also probably on this segment we are also going to start working on this level right over here, which is going to be the sand, and as well as, of course, for us to plant the sugar canes, it has to be adjacent to waters, right? So probably, of course, we are also gonna do that. But anyhow, so well, let's do it. The next thing that we have to work on here is, of course, the spawning area, which is probably the most tedious step for this farm, for building this farm. So first thing that we have to do is place 2 dirt blocks in this section, and then next thing is we have to place these sugar canes. So basically the purpose of these sugar canes is to constrain the column waters, or the column of waters, and as well as to place some gaps in between the water columns that we are going to have here. So first we are going to place this sugar canes up to the top level right over there. So now we have placed all of these sugar canes, and then next is we need to make the column of water. So first we are going to place you know, a bucket of water or water source on that section right over there on the top part, and then of course we need to convert all of this water or flow of water into water source blocks. So we just need to use these scalps, and then after this of course, probably that's already converted. And then the next thing that we have to do is to remove this dirt block on the bottom section right over here, and then place this this fence gate. And then that fence gate should not be a water source block. So that's the reason why we have placed 2 dirt blocks on the bottom section, and then we have to let this open. And then the next thing that we have to do is to place the sign. So basically the purpose of the sign is that it will prevent other mobs from spawning in these water columns. So basically it will you know, it will only allow the squids to spawn here. But I'm not sure though, because the one we have made in the iCraft server, we don't have these signs. So I'm not totally sure if this will actually work, but this is what I actually saw from Gray's farm, which he has in this base. So, well, hopefully this will actually work because I'm not totally sure on, in terms of like the mechanics, I'm not totally sure if this will actually work. But anyway, so hopefully, well, this is worth it because this is actually, I think, the most tedious thing that we're gonna do here. But anyhow, so yeah. And there we go. So now we're on the topmost section. So basically, well, we just need to repeat all of this process in, in the entire room right over here. I know it's very tedious, but well, we still have to do it, right? So the actual squid farm is now done, but basically as you can see, the squids are still spawning outside our squid farm or this tank. So basically the next thing that we have to do is, of course, well, for us to concentrate the spawning of those squid in our farm is, of course, to clear out or to dry out all of the rivers nearby. So for us to do that, probably, of course, we are going to use our sponges since, well, we got that from the ocean monument, and probably we're gonna start from here. I guess from here is already enough, and then of course we are going to clear this out up to this section right over here, and probably up to this point of this river on this section. So yeah, I think that would be enough. Well, if we actually have AFK'd near on our squid farm, probably this will be, far enough for those squids not to spawn on other places aside from our squid farm, right? But anyhow, so well, that's the next thing that we have to do, and well, let's finish this. So this farm is now actually complete. As you can see, well, the squids already started spawning inside our tank for our, well, Squid Ink farm. And basically, well, it already have produced 2.5 stacks for like after a couple of minutes since we have finished clearing out all of the rivers. So yeah, it's pretty efficient, should I say. And basically, well, we just need to AFK in this room right over here, which is probably, well, at least we can gather, I should say, even like one double chest is already enough, or more than enough. Well, anyhow, so for the next episode, so hopefully we can already start working here, but probably on Tuesday or Wednesday for me, the Tuesday episode, well, probably we're gonna skip that because first we need to catch up in the iCraft server. Well, I haven't done yet our, road project, which is definitely I have to finish that within this week, so at least I can already start recording for the iCraft haul or the haul of iCrafters episode, which is going to be probably by the end of August. But anyhow, so probably on the next episode we're gonna skip that, and the next episode is going to be on Friday, which is most likely I'm going to start working here in our underground base. Well, to be honest, I'm actually struggling on the idea on how we are going to decorate this place though. Because somehow, well, as much as I want to like stick to Japanese theme and stay away from the Chinese theme, because those two are kind of similar, but if you can actually compare it, well, basically we can see that the Japanese style are more simplistic and more practical, and then the I mean, the Chinese architectural style are more elaborate, right? Well, I started to think that because I tried to like, get some ideas from the internet, from Pinterest, and basically that's what I have observed. So most likely, well, the initial plan here is to have some sort of like a massive cavern. But since we got most of these like geometrical shapes in our builds inside here in the underground base, so it's kind of hard to imagine if this is going to be something organic, I mean, something like a cave, because if we're going to terraform this ceiling and as well as the walls, well, it has to be somehow organic, right? But since we have so much geometrical patterns, it's kind of hard though. Yeah, that's actually my struggle in these builds. That's why probably one of the reasons why I'm actually trying to delay this project, because I don't know what to do here, to be honest. But of course, probably for the 1 week span, I would be able to come up with something that we can do in this underground base. I already have started to think that we'll just probably gonna make this like a valley and remove that surface, that ground level right over there. But I think that's not practical, because if we are going to do that, well, we have to make a massive valley and ravine, and that's going to be a lot of terraforming, right? And basically what I'm thinking, probably we should just come up with something simple, but I don't know. So probably this is just going to be like levels or basement levels of our palace, probably, but well, I still have to decide that. But anyhow, so I guess, well, at least we already have accomplished what we needed to accomplish for this episode, and especially that we are going to need quite a lot of dark prismarines, which we are actually going to use for the roofs and probably some of the floorings that we are going to have in our Japanese town in the future. And I'm not sure if that's going to be on the next episode, but well, let's just see about that, right? But anyhow, so well, thank you for watching, guys, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Please leave a comment, please leave a like, and make sure to subscribe, of course, to me, to Mikey Perion, and well, I'll see you guys again next time.